Neil 914 show, CJAM Radio 99.1 FM. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. Oh my goodness. It seems like it's been forever, but it's only been like 7 days since you heard the wonderful voice of Needle. Your last song you heard was Boss Ruff, Gasoline, Lorraine, All I Need Is You, Stanley, Always Into You, Kevin Gates, Posted Beat in Love. I like how they, slangerize these words these days, you know what I'm saying? So, the 914 show, CJAM Radio 99.1 FM. But I have a special show today. I have a special guest in the house, Mr. John Elliott. What's going on, sir?
Hey, not too much, Neil. Hanging with you late night, man.
Oh, yeah, late night.
That's what's happening.
Oh, yeah, late night, man. Thank you for coming down, for sure.
Thank you for having me.
So, I hear it that you're going to be the next guy that's going to be running Ward, too. I mean, that's what I see. That's what I see right now.
Oh, okay. That's a word. That's a word on the streets, I guess. But
right.
I'm one of them humble types. So
we know it's gonna happen.
I have to put in the work, though. I'm not gonna take anything for granted. But we're out there. We're out there. Doing some hard campaigning down in the streets.
Okay.
In the community, at the doors, talking it up with people. We trying to get it done. We got to get it done for the West Side this time around. We got to get it done. Oh yeah,
for sure. I mean, we know, a lot of people representing for the West Side. You've been doing it for a minute over there at the Stag. A lot of good community things going on at the Stag and everything. So, a lot of people that don't know about the Stag, because got a lot of listeners from all over. Can you tell a little history about the Stag?
Yeah. So, Sandwich Teen Action Group is the name of it, and that's the acronym, the Stag. What we do is we deal with youth 13 to 19 years old in an after-school program, Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. We're located in the deep west off Prince Road and King Street. And basically, the kids come there after school, keeps them off the street, out of trouble. So we run programs that are educational and recreational. So, it's just it's an alternative to the street. So a group of kids, after school, and they're just idle, they have much to do. Rather than hang on the streets, they come down to the center. We have a host of activities for them to do there. They can hang with their friends in a drop-in atmosphere, play some pool. They have computer, they can do some homework, play some basketball. So there's a multitude of things that, will keep them, off the streets and out of trouble.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely important. We got to, watch after the youth and, guide them in the right direction. And, I know you brought me there a couple of times to talk to them about the, the music business and the hip hop thing. And, I love to come back and do that again. Do, maybe like a hip hop class or something, kind of a mentor role, for the youth, because, they are the future.
Yeah, that reminds me, you did come in. When you came to talk, that was a federal government project that we were working on at the time, and it employed 10 youth from the ages of 18 to 24, not working, not in school, and we were getting them some skill, some work-related skills,
okay,
to either get them back in school or get them some skills to help them get out in the job force. One of the components, part of that project was, we're building a park down there in Sandwich Town, down at the end of Mill Street. And this group was instrumental in the design and some of the cleanup of that parquet spot. So, not only do we, train them some life skills, and we like to instill in them, like, look, this is your community,
mm-hmm.
And it's going to be your community. So why not give back to it, take care of it, and pass it on to the generation. So, I've been fortunate and blessed to be at the Sandwich Teen Action Group for well over 21 years, having a front row seat to young people coming to me, right off the streets. And I mean, don't get me wrong, they're good kids, they're good young people. They just need some guidance. Some of them, teach them some life skill, mentor them. Some of them sound principles, like respect yourself, respect others. So, and then just being blessed to watch them grow up and become young men or young women, and out there producing in the world, professionals, having their own families and being productive in society, man. That's a blessing. That's what I call it. And I'm thankful to have been able to have a position like that to help down in the community.
Okay. So running for city council. This is the second go around.
Boy, yeah. I mean, shoot, that last one, and I'm not trying to have that 5-vote nightmares, 3-vote, and then recount 5-vote nightmares again. But
right.
You know what? The experience was a good learning experience for me, because I had never dreamed I'd even try to run for council. So, you know, we took that step forward, and you know, by standards of a lot of people, we did real well, you know, and I actually took from that everything I learned, you know, from the first time around to apply it to, you know, the second time. And, you know, it's quite the experience. You know, I want to say to all the candidates, you know, that are in this 2014 municipal election, you know what, good luck to all of them, good blessing for you. My personal opinion, everyone's a winner already, just for taking that step, because it's a big undertaking, man. There's a lot of work. And, you know, I want to just encourage all the candidates who have thrown their hat in the ring for this election. But, yeah, we're back. You know, we coming with the Wild Wild West. I don't mean to get out there like that. But, hey, I feel like this is our time.
Right, exactly.
You know, all the stars are aligned. Everything is in order. You know, we're ready for a change in our community. And it's been a long time coming. You know, I'm what you call homegrown. You know, I'm
exactly. Yes.
Born and raised in the city all my life. Grew up in the downtown. Spent the better part of my life down in the West Side. Growing up down there, raising my family, working at the Sandwich Teen Action Group, giving back to the community. You know, like you name it, and I've sort of done it. But ultimately, at the end of the day, as someone in the community, a lot of time that's recognized as a leader, you know, I feel that responsibility, you know, so me stepping up to the plate for the city council is it's a natural for me. And I tell the people, I've been talking to people, you know, since this thing got going again, at the door, is like, look, I may be the face, but we all going to council.
Exactly.
You know, so if I go, you coming with me, because I'm not trying to go by myself. So it's our time.
And we need somebody in there, you know, the voice for the community, because I'm not, you know, trying to throw other people under the bus, but, you know, it seems like once other people get in there, it's just more about what they feel they want, but not what the community wants. Mm-hmm. So what can we expect from you when you get in there?
Well, you know, in the defense of, you know, I honestly believe that when people go forward for the city council, they honestly have the best, you know, they want to do the best for people in their community. I think as time goes on, you know, a lot of factors change, you know, with them and the way they sit in that council seat, you know, but for myself, being a community-minded person first, like when you look at my platform and my materials, my track record, you know, I've done my work without blowing my own horn. I've put the work in our community for many years. It's all there. So it's not anything that I'm trying to dream up or develop or have a vision. It's there. It's there in plain black and white. So with that being said, you know, I have to represent. You know, it's almost like where you say, you know, you have to walk the talk. And I've heard that mentioned about myself a lot of times. You know what, that John guy, you know, he does his work and he walks the talk. So for me, it's a continuation of the work that I've already put in for many years. And, you know, once our material goes out in the community, you'll see in the platform, a lot of it, I'm not making any making any big promises. A lot of it's to continue the work that we've already done with the different levels of government, you know, the private sector, the public sector, you know, the businesses, the people in the community. It's a continuation of all that work that we've already put in, and then we want to step it up a little bit more, because my thing is, our end of town, you know what, we've been getting the short end of a stick for, let's say, about 8 years. And, you know, I say that I'm somebody that lives in the community. So when we look out, you know, we're looking out at what's going on in the city. A lot of times, you know, people are looking in our community and saying, this is what it is, this is what it is. We live there. We live there. We work there. We raise our kids there. We raise our grandkids there. We're looking out, answering, you know, a lot of the criticism that goes on in our community. And, you know, one of the more frustrating things to me is that, you know, there's been a lot of groups, including STAG, for many years that have put the work in that community to make it the better community that it is today.
Right.
But for some reason, you know, I'm finding that old stigma of the West End is a bad place. You don't want to move there because, you know, that's being reattached. And, you know, as somebody with a voice in that community, you know, I'm about to let it be known. Not this go around.
Exactly.
Not this go around. I feel like our community is way up there in terms of a working type of community, like everyone that works together, like the teen center and the police patrol and the schools and, you know, the different business. We all work in the same loop down in that community. It looks a little bit rough right now with all the boarded up houses mess, but when you peel that one layer back, the community is still a solid community.
It's strong.
Yeah,
I see it in the West Side reunion. Everybody came together, and it was a strong thing.
Yeah.
So, what other changes can we expect from the once you get in there? You know, city council. What kind of changes can we expect?
Man, we got to clean it up for starters. You know, for me, every time I have to drive around, and we look at this boarded up houses mess. You know, like it's going on 10 years. And as a community, it's not their problem. It's not their problem. It's not our problem. It's a community problem where we have to figure out how we're going to resolve to clean it up. Because, you know, we have families that live there. Like we live there, you know, and having to drive around and look at it, you know, and I mean, I wonder what are the impressions that, because we're right here by the University of Windsor. And people are coming from out of town, bringing their kids, you know, to start school here, going to be living in the city. And families from out of town see that mess with all that boarded up houses. Like, what's the impression that we're given as an entire city? You know, our leadership, right. You know, people that are in power, people that care about the city. Like, what kind of impression are we showing with that boarded up houses mess? So we have to do something to resolve that. And I'm going to be very vocal. I'm going to be very vocal because, like I said, it's going on 10 years. And I mean, it's time enough. So we can look at that for starters. And then, you know what, there's some issues going on in the city. You know, I ain't trying to take on, you know, like I ain't trying to take on some of those issues, but I know what they are. And yes, I will be more than happy to stick my nose in it. You know, for what, John? For the betterment of everybody in the community, the entire city, not just the Ward 2 residents. I'm talking about for the entire city because, you know, the way I feel, Windsor is a small town.
Exactly.
You know, we got 200,000 people, but we're at the busiest trade border in all North America. So, you know, at the end of the day,
something gotta give.
We gotta look out for the entire city and a lot of the problems that are going on. And so, you know, sitting on council for me, shoot, I might be in Ward 2, but I'm trying to represent everybody around the city.
Exactly.
So, you folks way out there in Lausanne and beyond, hey, I'm gonna be there for you too. So if I'm fortunate enough to get in, you call me up because there ain't no such thing to me as, well, you're not in my ward. Hey, if you're in the city of Windsor, I'm gonna help where I can.
That's okay? Right. That's right. Man. So we're going to get into a couple commercials. We're going to come back and talk to you in a minute after a couple songs. And we're going to wrap up, and we're going to definitely, you know, find out, you know, how people can actually help out with the campaign, how they can volunteer. But give us a call, 519-971-3630 Windsor, Detroit. Totally toll-free, 855-344-CJAM.
It's back to school time.
New 914 show, CJAM Radio 99.1 FM. Back in here with the next council member award to Mr. John Elliott. Hold on, my microphone's acting up here. Okay, here we go. So, I hear you got like a lot of community support this time. I mean, I know you had some last time, but it's like a big movement this time.
Yeah, you know what? The thing I'm proud of, we have a strong base, you know, and we're carrying that momentum from the last time, you know, and unfortunately we came up, you know, a few votes short the last time. But for me, that's another good learning tool, you know, for this election. And, you know, I've been telling the people, you know, and I believe a lot of them realize that now too. Listen, your vote does count, you know, like if you're part of that, I don't want to vote because, you know, hey, my vote don't count. It's just another vote. Well, we lost by 3 votes and then the recount it was 5. So that's, you know, the proof is right there is that, yes, your vote does count, that, you know, we came that close. So, you know, and living in a free society, man, you got to exercise that, because the cliche is, the saying is that if you don't vote, then you can't complain, you know, and shoot, I know we all want to complain. So, you know, I want to encourage everybody, you know, just take that few minutes, find where your poll is and go over there and just vote, man. Exactly. Vote, and then, you know, be part of that process that, you know, we take for granted. Come from some of them countries where you can't vote, and then you get it. You can vote, so exercise it, you know, and come on out and vote for us. Come on out. If you're in the Ward 2, you know, vote for us, vote for John Elliott, and, you know, we're gonna get it done. We're gonna get it done.
There's no excuse out there for people if you can't vote. I mean, if they don't have a ride, can they call you?
Oh, yeah. And our literature, you know, and this will be going out pretty soon, and on the back of it, it'll tell you, you know, the early vote days. You know, if you need transportation, here's the number. You know, your vote does count. So it has all that information right on the brochure, and, you know, we're willing to go that extra little bit to get people to the polls, because, you know, we understand sometimes people don't have transportation or they may have a problem, but there's a phone number you can call us at, and we're willing to go there and pick you up and make sure you get to the polls. So, you know, we don't want to leave no excuses there.
So any final words?
You know, thanks for having me come on tonight.
Anytime,
thanks for having me come on tonight, and you know, I appreciate everybody out in the community that's giving me their support. You know, a lot of people know my track record,
right?
You know, and I want to continue that and just step it up a little bit more. So I say, come October 15th, the early vote over there at College Ave Community Center. The official vote's October 27th, you know, and people, please get out there and vote, and you know, let's see some changes going on in the entire city. So, you know, thanks for having me, DJ Needles.
Oh man, anytime. You know, you're definitely welcome. You know, we definitely gonna support it. We definitely gonna talk about it on Facebook, because you know, a lot of people know that I'm a Facebook spammer. So, you know, I'm gonna be out there spamming along 12 of my Facebook accounts. You know, if you can't, give the website so they can check out your website.
Yeah, so we're at www.johnelliottward2.com. You can go on that website. You can get some information on there. We're always trying to improve that website. There should be, there's John Elliott for City Council at gmail.com. If you want to send me a message on the Facebook, you know, we have another John Elliott for City Council website on there. Go on there and link in. I'm on Facebook. I'm on the Twitter. So, you know what? Look me up. You know, if you got any questions, if you want to volunteer with us, whatever the case may be, you get in touch with us.
Definitely looking. I know he's definitely looking for volunteers. Y'all got to come out and support. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this man in Ward 2. I know it's going to happen. I just know it. I mean, you know, I hope so. I see it. I hope not so. Hoping. I know. I mean, I know it's going to happen. Leo 914 show, CJAM Radio 99.1 FM. Thanks again, John Elliott, for coming down. Next City Council, Ward 2.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Leo 914 show, CJAM Radio 99.1 FM. Let's go.
To be fair, then be called a coward. I'ma be a king, they got all the power.